Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Friday. It's the second day of the new year, and it is 3:34 in the a.m. Earlier today, I posted a video, and it had a snippet of a speech given by President Dorito, and I call him that because he's orange. Anywho, this speech basically said, "Give us some good white people." Now, I want to point out two things about that speech. He basically denigrated a couple of places, people of color. I know he named Somalia, and he definitely named Haiti in his hate speech. Give us some good white people is basically, like I said, the essence of the speech. It's funny to me because in that speech, he did not acknowledge white Americans. He wanted some good white people. He didn't acknowledge good white Americans. Okay. Now, here it is, 2026. And I'm going to take you back to history and give you a date of 1865. That's the year. Okay? That is the year that we celebrated, like the very first Juneteenth, if you will. And for those of you who don't know, that is the year that the slaves in Texas were told of the Emancipation Proclamation, of the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation, and that they were free. Now, this is a full 2 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. So, the great state of Texas kept slaves in servitude for a full 2 years before the truth was revealed to them. You know, they were cleaning up the after effects of the Civil War, or the aftermath of the Civil War. And the people of Texas found out that hey, we don't have to do this anymore. Okay, so we need to just stop romanticizing history and look at it for what it is. Now, people are yelling about reverse racism and, you know, I'm going to say in that period of time, people of color, it wasn't just black people, y'all, although I identify as African American, not the darkest one in the world, but I identify as African American. So I'm going to stay on top of my history. And we need to stop romanticizing it. So here we are in servitude by colonizers. And people now, in this day and age, are yelling reverse racism and never stop to take into consideration the founding, the foundational, the essence, the ongoing pattern of who is the perceived power structure. You're running around hollering, you won't replace us. You're running around doing away with DEI, thinking that it somehow gives people of color an unfair advantage when they never had an advantage. And you know, the power structure, the money trail, has never put them in a place of power or position. And now, if you really want to look at it, anybody who is in any position to have anything above and beyond what you feel that they're allowed to have, you are systematically taking down. I want you to think about that. And you're taking them down using the legal system when they're doing the exact same thing that you did to get yours. Well, there's a level of hypocrisy in that, don't you think? And then you're going to say, well, because I can name some people. I'm looking at Bill Cosby. Well, he did sexual assaults on women. You know, I don't know if you can say that because I know, everything is censored these days. We're using SA, he did that to women. Okay, I'll give you that. But we have 34 felonies convicted. 34 felonies as the leader of the country. And there were some assault charges for the leader of the country. And there is a recorded conversation between the leader of the country and a journalist where he's talking about grabbing people by the anatomy. Okay. Then we got Sean Combs, Diddy, doing jail time. When we have the leader of the country who is in the book, chapter, verse of Epstein, along with a bunch of other folks who have some position of power, who have some money. Then we have the Billionaire Boys Club, who are in positions of power, who go along to get along in order to keep that position of power, because money is power. And, money makes people blind, deaf, and dumb. Emphasis on the dumb, and I don't mean dumb by not speaking, I mean dumb. So there we have it. We romanticize a bunch of things and we call it good when we don't really look up the essence of that stuff. We spend more time reading labels on our food than we do reading labels on our leaders. Researching the people that we vote for, researching the person that is running for whatever. We don't look at their history. We don't look at their pedigree. We don't look at how they got where they are. We're going with the cult of personality. And look at where we are now as a result. It's time to wake up. The very first thing that this current administration went after was the word woke. Why? Because they prefer that we continue to sleepwalk.